Hello and welcome to this podcast edition of Sam's Alternatives with me, Sam. Episode 56. Shortly I'll be chatting to Wade from Brisbane Metal band Virtues, who released Ode back in August 2025, so about 5 months ago. Latest releases since last episode: Destroy, Fear, Repriever, also Cheapskate, Outer Worlds, The Deadbeats, Urka Namada, Dissect, also The Coolabars, Detester, Silverfang, The Internet Romance, among others. Interviews coming up this Saturday, the 24th of January, Run Your Mouth. Sunday, the 1st of February, New Age. Thursday, the 12th of February, Dead Skin. Tuesday, the 17th of February, In the Esky. Sunday, the 22nd of February, The Coolabars. Sunday, the 1st of March, Gritty Bunch of Parasites. Saturday, the 7th of March, Grimlock. Tuesday, the 10th of March, Sheepdog Inc. Sunday, the 15th of March, Swords Bros. Sunday, the 26th of April, Tailor-Made Rejects. And Saturday, the 16th of May, Terry Trewern, 3BBR FM presenter. All right, Wade's in the lobby. I'll let Wade in and we'll start the interview, as they say. Evening, Wade. Hello?
Hey, mate.
Not bad, yourself?
Yeah, not too bad.
It's good to... Well, we called up only, 10 days ago, I think it was. Whatever.
Yeah.
At Singing Bird, of course. And for
Yeah,
those
Frankston.
that don't know, Virtues have done a huge tour with Cultists and Iocast and Nicolas Cage Fighter, which is a pretty sick lineup of bands to go on tour with, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was killer. Bunch of good dudes.
And, of course, played Port Macquarie, played Penrith, played Brisbane, Melbourne, Frankston, everywhere, literally.
Yeah, it was an excellent run. Obsolete Music did a really good job. Bleeding Art did a really good job. All the bands killed it. Crowds were great. Yeah, no complaints at all. All positives.
Well, that's good to hear. I've seen all the photos and saw it firsthand how good the gig at Singing Bird was. 6 amazing bands. Funnily enough, Iocast were the only band I hadn't seen on that lineup.
Oh, you got to see them there. I mean, you did see them that night, though?
Sorry, I did see them that
Yeah.
night at Singing Bird. Sorry, they were the only
Yeah.
band I hadn't seen before that night, should I say. Yeah.
Oh, good band, aren't
Yeah, they're awesome and young too. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what we
killing
want
it.
to see.
they? Yeah, absolutely.
Some good bands coming out of Sydney at the moment, as there are in Queensland. I think Sydney and Queensland might be putting Victoria to shame with the amount of great music coming out of those two states at the moment.
Yeah, about time it came back around.
Yeah, well, I was looking back and I couldn't believe Ode's 5 months old, nearly, Wade.
Yeah, I know it's gone pretty quickly, eh? It's feels like a bit of a flash. But
Such a good EP too, if people haven't listened to it.
thank you. I appreciate that, man. I do.
Because, like, I love the clip to The Wolf Remains. I think that was very cleverly done with the parents of the members of Virtues, for those that haven't seen it.
Yeah, all the mums did so well. Better than we could have anyway.
Oh! But, no. And Blasphemer's probably my favourite song off Ode, but it does change from day to day.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, so it actually came in at number 25 in the best songs of the decade so far from Aussie and New Zealand bands. It only missed out on the top 20 by 2 or 3%. It was very close, but you can't put 25 into 20, obviously.
No. But I'm glad that it made it so high on the list, though. That's awesome.
But that top 20 was actually hard because I was looking at, if I was to change it, who would have gone out of the top 20? Because there was like Atlas, there was Disgust, there was Ocean Sleeper, Red Hawk, all these big name bands. It's like, yeah, now I've got to figure out what goes out and what comes in.
Oh, yeah, and there's just so many bands and so much music. There's a wealth of good music out there these days, which can be a blessing and a curse.
And a lot of these bands, like, not so much Atlas and Ocean Sleeper and that, but a lot of these other little known bands don't get as much exposure on community or commercial radio as much as say, the Parkways and the Alpha Wolves or even
Mm.
North Lanes.
Yeah, I reckon it's because there's just so many people out there doing music these days. You know, it's hard to get your head above the water. Um, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really got any tips for that because I mean, Virtues is still trying it ourselves. You know, but yeah, just so much music out there, so many bands out there, just every day, all day, all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a post somewhere, Wade, where it said a certain amount of songs get released on Spotify a day, something like 200,000 songs a day.
That's fucking ridiculous, mate. That's
It's
crazy. That's a crazy amount of music.
a quarter of a million a day, or a fifth of a million,
Yeah,
actually. But
that's wild.
it's like far out. So let's put that into perspective. So it's 200,000 a day. That's over 1.3, 1.4 million a week.
Mm,
Then whatever that is a month. My maths are
mm.
not really good at this time of night, but it's a lot of songs.
There's a lot of songs. A lot of songs. Crazy amount.
But no, and like Virtues, I mean, the interesting thing is like when I heard Virtues, it was Doublethink was the very first song I actually heard of
Yeah,
Virtues.
wow. That's going back a hot minute.
That's 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then, of course, there was songs like, yeah, the House That Evil Built, The Valley, Grave Eater. And I was like, I'm really starting to dig this stuff. And then when Wolf Remains and Blasphemer came out, I was just like, yeah, now I love this band even more than I did
yeah. Well,
five
that's
years
awesome to
ago.
hear. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, I think finally started to kind of settle on an actual sound somewhat. You know, it's taken us a while. You know, we've had a lot of hiccups along the way. So, but all you can do is just keep trying your best every time and try to refine it and do better than you did before. So I know we feel like we've accomplished that this time. We feel very proud of this release. I mean, we're proud of all of our releases, obviously, but yeah, this one just felt different for all of us.
And also, like, for those that don't know, Obsolete Music, Virtues are now signed to, as are bands like Seek Misery, Cultists, Nicolas Cage Fighter, Deadskin, the list just goes on. I think being connected to Tim and Obsolete, I think, is going to make big things happen, hopefully, for Virtues and the other bands on the actual roster.
Yeah, Knowlesy, Greeny, and Baker are just the best dudes, and they care about the music. You know, they care about the dudes in the bands. They're in it for it. You know, which is really refreshing, and they're just good dudes. I mean, being on tour with Knowlesy was just a fucking hoot. The dude's a legend, honestly, and we couldn't be happier than to be a part of the Obsolete family, and we're very grateful for everything that they've done so far for us, and all the things that are in discussion at the moment. I've got nothing but love and time for those guys.
Absolutely. And yeah, I've been to quite a few of those Obsolete gigs that Tim and Baker and Greeny have organised, and I've got to say, it's hard to beat the previous one, but they seem to be getting better and better, which
Yeah,
is quite hard because that one last year that was Seek Misery, Cultists, Pray For Me, and Scattered Limbs at the Burger, I didn't think anything could top that. And
yeah, yeah,
then Singing Bird just said,
yeah,
we can do better.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what's so great about them guys. You know, like I said, they're in it. They're in it for the music, you know. And it's like you can see that every single time they put something on, it just gets better and better. And they refine their process and yeah, just putting on good bands, you know, good places, good people.
Mm. And also, yeah, people that care in the music scene. Like, I don't want to get into a whole thing or a tiff or a defamation thing, but there's some good bands out there that actually care for the scene and people in
Mm.
the scene that care. But then you hear about the ones that maybe are in it for themselves, and you just think, why is it this us against them in the music scene?
Yeah, people are weird, Sam. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you kind of find that anywhere in life, really, don't you? But I feel like you definitely do get a concentration of it in the musician world because, I mean, I don't know, as a performer, you have to have some form of ego, right? To some degree. It's just whether that ego is external or internal. You know, like for me, like I'm only in competition with one person, and that's me.
Well, and you do a pretty good job of it, Wade. I mean,
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
firsthand, I've seen you guys twice, and I mean, yeah, the whole band, Alex and Daniel as well, and well, for those that don't know, Gerbs jumped on drums at Singing Bird because,
So did
well,
Manny. Manny jumped in on Port Mac.
I did see that
Yeah,
picture.
he's the only member of the band that could be here tonight. Hey,
Uh,
rest of the slack bastards.
After a big tour, Wade, I think we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
cut
yeah.
Alex and Daniel a bit of slack. I would
Yeah, I
have.
gave him the night off.
Yeah.
It's warranted, boys. You've earned it.
Well, yeah, given 6 shows in what 14 days, I think that's a
Yeah,
warranted.
yeah, it was awesome. Like it was like we had a couple of 48-hour spans where we only got like 5-6 hours worth of micro sleeps condensed. But I don't know, we were all running on a pretty big adrenaline. You know, tours a different environment. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, you do get to the end and you just like I got home yesterday and oh man, I think I fell asleep at like 5 in the arvo till like
Oh.
8 this morning. I was just like, Jesus Christ, what happened? Whacked out.
Oh, well, yeah, when I got home from the Singing Bird or back to Mornington, I literally was the opposite. I was sort of like, I should be tired
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
was a big gig and all that, but I'm like, we stayed up watching Seinfeld, or not that I'm complaining, I love Seinfeld, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
good show.
it's like at 9, what, 11 o'clock at night, I'm like, my concentration with the jokes at the time probably weren't
Yeah, yeah,
as,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
but
everything's starting to get a bit long.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, for those that don't know, also this is not new for Wade because Wade was actually on the audio podcast back in late 2023, I believe,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Alex.
me and Alex
So
were, yeah.
yeah, I was looking back at it, I'm like, it can't be that long, can it? And it
Time
was.
flies. It flies, doesn't it?
I think it might have just been after maybe House That Evil Built dropped
I think it
or The
was, yeah.
Valley or one of the two.
Yeah, yeah. It was one of those two, yeah. But
Because
yeah, that was God, that was ages ago.
well, in some ways, it doesn't feel that long ago,
Yeah.
but yeah. So Wade sort of knows the gist of the interviews, pretty much. Just find out a bit about virtues that I don't actually know, which is not much actually. Swearing's all right because I'm probably going to drop an F bomb here or there.
All right, good, because I'm known to cuss.
I'm shocking when it comes to swearing because I say I shouldn't because I'm the host, but it generally doesn't happen much where it's no swearing at all. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty impossible.
well, especially with some of the answers to the questions, sometimes you need to throw in a
Yeah, it's true.
dickhead or a cunt or whatever the word.
Yeah, yeah.
And then at the very end, Wade will actually have the floor because the tables get turned. I'll get the guest to ask me a question. So tables
Sure.
turn, but I will give you some preparation time. I don't think it's fair to put you on the spot right here, right now.
Yeah, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, yeah, fine. Yeah.
This episode will be uploaded tomorrow, and the Spotify local weekly playlist of local bands and artists will also be uploaded. I think Wolf Remains, Blasphemer, this two shall remain, and then Grave Eater, Valley, and House of Evil Built all at the top of that list.
That's awesome. Much appreciated. Grateful, very grateful.
Good. I was like, what six? Because I wanted to put a couple off Ode, and then I want to throw in a couple of the singles as well, and it's
Yeah, keep it a mixed bag. Gotta do it.
I
Gotta
was
do
going
it.
to put the whole discography of Virtues on there, but I thought that might be favouring bands a bit too
Yeah,
much.
maybe a little bit too much.
Everyone's like, oh, when they do the interview, they go, oh, why don't you put our whole discography on there? I'm like, if you've done 5 or 6 albums, I don't think that would be very
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
to the other bands.
You're a pretty weird list.
All right. Well, first question, Wade, is how did Virtues form as a band?
So it was actually Alex, our rhythm guitarist. He put an ad up on Facebook. He wanted to do knocked loose covers, like just jamming. And at the time, I had just left a band that I was in Brisbane for like 4 years, and it was just one of those situations where I was at the time, me and my wife were opening our second premise for our business, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just done with music. Just thought like it's just time to knuckle down and just I don't know, do adult stuff and just get it done. Pay the bills and all that type of shit. And I seen the ad, and I met Alex many times playing gigs over the years in Brisbane with his former band as well. And I remember just saying to my wife, I was like, oh, I remember that dude. He was pretty cool. I was like, that sounds like fun. And she was like, you should do it. And she pushed me into it. And I remember we walked in there, didn't do a single knock loose cover at all. We just wrote a song, I think, immediately, which was our first song, When in Rome. The drummer at the time, he actually found Dan probably within like 2 weeks of that, 2 or 3 weeks, within the month.
Yep.
And then the rest is just history. We've just been like, it's been me, Dan, and Alex since the start. Like nearly, it's nearly 10 years
Wow.
that we've actually been a band. Officially, it was 2018, I think it was, when the Facebook page got created. But I feel like we were making music and just knocking around for at least 8 months, I reckon. But don't quote me. The other guys probably got a different memory of that. Because at the start it was just about having fun. We didn't even really want to be an actual band. Was how it was, and then I don't know, just turned into let's play a show, and then we played a show, and that was pretty fun. So then you go, just snowball from there. And that's how it started.
Cause I I actually can't remember how I heard about Virtues. Like I heard obviously Doublethink, but it must have
Mm,
been like on a Facebook page or maybe a friend of a friend that's in the Queensland scene had mentioned something about Virtues, and then I was sort of like, because at that time there were a few Queensland bands that I knew, but I think
mm,
Virtues were the one I was sort of like, why haven't I discovered this band sooner? Like, because when I heard Doublethink, I was sort of like, this sounds like a really cool song. I want to hear more of this band.
mm.
And then I went back and listened to When in Rome, and then obviously other songs like White Willow and that. I'm like, yeah, I should have discovered this band a lot earlier than I did.
I appreciate the kind words. Does mean we really appreciate that, eh? Because it is hard work, As anyone in a band would know, it's a grind, You're always on the grind, and you got to love the grind, otherwise it's not going to work out for you.
And also, I think it's very important that if you like a band song, share it on your newsfeed or message the band or
Mm,
do both, actually.
yeah, yeah. It's like how Nick from Nicolas Cage Fighter says whenever he's live, he goes, it's to do with merch, but he goes, if you fuck with a band, support them, and like do that by buying merch or sharing them, talking about them, liking their stuff, commenting, all that type of stuff, because it all matters. Everything matters. All small things add up to big things, overall. So it's just really important, yeah. Because without support, I mean, bands are nothing, musicians are nothing. We're just people in our rooms alone making sounds to no one for nothing. You know what I mean?
I think also some people like, and this happens in life in general, Wade, not just in music or live gigs or listening
Mm,
to bands. I think when something is positive that someone wants to say, they will just say, "Oh, no, no, I liked it, but I won't actually do anything about it. Like, I won't share it or won't message the band." And
Yeah.
it's just like, my theory is the complete opposite. If I like something, I'll share it or add it to a playlist or
Yeah. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm the same too. I don't know. I feel like a lot of that's probably coming down to like technology's got a big part of it. Everything's so accessible these days. Everything's so fleeting, is what I think it really comes down to. We're in the swipe culture these days where your attention span, I mean, kids these days, being the old man that I am, but the kids these days, with their attention span being like 3 seconds, it's like they don't hold on to things long enough to take action on something, you know what I mean? And it is becoming harder and harder to um, even see if what you're doing is doing well type of thing because of those kind of consequences, Because I feel like even like 10 years ago, a lot of people did. They shared stuff. Everything was a lot like slowed down, attention spans weren't so quick. And people kind of took the time to like, share, express. But on the flip side of that, you as a musician, you see that at shows. Like I see it at shows. Every time I play, there's always at least one person that comes up to me and they're like, "That was sick," and I'm like, "That's all I needed, man." Like, so, okay, so what I'm doing's all right. Sick, awesome. I'll keep going then. But yeah, it is. We're in a weird time, I think, with the internet and just social media content in general, and all the trimmings that come along with that.
Yeah, and it is the bit of the swipe thing, isn't it?
It
People
is. I really think it is, man. Like it. Like I mean, I don't use TikTok, so I do all of the social media in the band bar TikTok. I can't handle it. I just can't do it. It's just like it confuses me. It's too quick. I don't like it.
seem to be about the only well, I thought I was the only person that doesn't use TikTok, but it sounds like Wade doesn't do that either,
Oh,
so
Dan doesn't in the band either. I think
okay.
Alex is the only one, and my wife does because she'll do the live streaming sometimes on it when we play and things like that. But yeah, I just me and Dan especially, we just can't wrap our heads around it, and just it's not for us.
Well, it's interesting because someone mentioned to me, not at the Singing Bird, but at a gig I went to over the weekend at Stay Gold. They were saying, "Oh, why don't you do more stuff on TikTok to
Mm,
promote your show?" I'm like, I don't know how to use TikTok, firstly, and
yeah,
secondly, I just never have been a fan of what I've seen on TikTok, and
yeah, yeah.
so I don't
But I
know.
mean, there's merit to it. Honestly, there is. Like, I think we went live on our TikTok for the first time over this tour, and we got like it was like 120 people on the stream. So it's like it's 120 people that we otherwise wouldn't have reached. So it's like I do see a lot of merit in it.
Yep.
But the trade-off is that I'll have to learn how to use it and then have to interact with it. And yeah, I'm too busy taking care of Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and so that's enough.
And
That's enough
probably
for
your
me.
day job as well, Wade, you've got
Yeah,
to
yeah,
focus
yeah,
on, which I
yeah,
think
yeah,
would be more important than TikTok.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. TikTok is afterthought, muchly.
Probably offended everyone now that uses
ah,
it.
ah. People understand, and I'm technically just an old cunt anyway. So,
Join the
oh well.
club.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking to my niece before and talking about VHSs and
Oh,
um,
dude.
CDs, and
Yeah.
they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot who I'm talking to."
Bro, I still got CRT TVs in my house. I got over 1,000 VHSs. I got fucking cabinets full of CDs and records. Like, that's me, man. I love that shit.
Oh, the old VHS. I remember going to the local video store here in
Yeah, dude.
Gippsland and hiring out, what was it, 5 weeklies for 5.50. This is going back
Yeah, dude.
25 years ago
Yeah,
before. And then it was like 10 weeklies for $11. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, just get the 10.
Fucking bargain, mate, is what it is. What it was.
You will be surprised. There is still one video store in Victoria that I
I've heard
know of.
about it. I've heard that there still is one kicking around, and it's like one of the last in Australia, or it could be the last in Australia.
Mm. It's amazing because I thought
Yeah,
they'd all died due to Netflix, Stan,
yeah,
all those platforms. I thought they would have just died off, but
yeah.
maybe this one survived.
I mean, that's awesome. That's really cool to hear. I mean, I don't know how much longevity has got in it, but good on them.
But and the same's going to be for DVDs. I mean, they're
Yeah,
starting to die off now anyway, due to
yeah,
Blu-ray and 4K.
yeah, exactly. And like you said, the streaming platforms are just killing everything. You know, like I, I mean, like I watch TV sometimes, but when I do, it's like you get choice paralysis. You know, and it's just like that's what I miss about the old days when you'd go into like the video store and you'd have to like actually think about what you were gonna watch because once you took that home, that was it. That's what you had for those days. But these days, it's just like subscription this, subscription that, and I forget about half of them.
Yep.
You know, my missus will be like, "Have we got Disney?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. And it turns out we've been paying for it for like three months, and we haven't even used it.
Crazy. But you're right. There's subscriptions you probably forget about that
Yeah,
you might have put on your TV 2 or 3 years ago, but just don't use.
yeah, exactly. Annoying.
It's like Instagram. I had an Instagram account and I'd completely forgotten that I still had one. And then I kept getting notifications. I'm like,
And what are these
what
notifications
are these
for?
notifications? I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but if we go back 20 years ago, I mean, all these things wouldn't have existed. YouTube might
No.
have still been,
Oh,
oh,
infancy, I think.
yeah, you had MySpace again. Anyone born
Ah, the good
after
old days.
2010 probably wouldn't know what MySpace is.
Oh man, you'd get home from high school and you'd get on the MySpace Messenger. Those are the days.
And the old Yahoo, and yeah, Sam's
Hey,
really
Yahoo.
feeling old now.
A lifetime ago.
uh, how did you come up with the band name Virtues?
I band names like there's a couple of things that this band is not good at doing. Making names and video clips. Takes us so fucking long to come up with ideas, but it took us about 3 months, I remember, to get the name. I think it was probably about 3 or 4 weeks in I had pitched the idea of Virtues, but obviously when you make a name these days, or just in general, you got to kind of look to see if anyone else has named it, yeah? And at the time, and I think still possibly there is a Virtues in Singapore. And at the time, I was like, well, we can't really like we'll try and look for someone else. And we went through like I can't even remember the names. There was so many, there's so many, and they're all fucking stupid. They're all terrible names. And then we just got fed up with it, and I was just like, fuck it, let's just call ourselves Virtues, and we did. That was it. It was really not a grand story at all. It was just born out of annoyance and the amount of time to take to do it. Yeah.
I mean, the band name must be. Video clips would be a pain as well, but I think the
Oh
band name, it's. Yeah, what Wade just said then about finding a band name that's not already taken.
yeah. Yeah. God, it's hard. It's really hard. And a name's really important because that's your brand. So can't be cringe, can't be too long, can't be like it's all these parameters that you should be thinking about because once you establish yourself as that's who we are, it's like, well, that's who you are. And it's pretty hard to flip. So, but we're still happy with Virtues as a name. It's easy. It's good, I think.
Like at the moment, I'm trying to think of. There's probably a whole heap in the past that have started with V
Mm.
bands, and there still is quite a few. But V's a very unique letter for a band name because, yeah,
Yeah,
compared to T or A or
yeah, I agree.
S,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Mm.
But yeah, there's a few Aussie bands I can think of that start with V, but yeah, it's sort of then I think of bands that start with S in the metal scene, especially over the last
Yeah.
30 years. There's millions of them in
Oh,
comparison.
so man, but there's a few V bands going around. One of Dan's lead guitarist's favorite bands is a band from Sydney called Vilify,
Of
and
course, yep.
yeah, he loves them. He really digs that music, um, and the name's sick. He's always telling me how sick the name is, and I think it does come down to the fact that yeah, like the letter V, like you're right, it's unique a little bit, isn't it?
Mm.
There isn't actually that many around when you think about it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like I don't see a lot of V starting names in like my scene a lot around Brisbane or like Sydney or even Melbourne.
There's a lot of bands with V in the name. It's
Yeah,
just
true.
there's not many
True.
bands starting
Starting.
with
Yeah, yeah.
V.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, come to think of it, the only other one off the top of my head that I can think of that starts with V in Australia is a band, funnily enough, from Newcastle as well as Vilify called Vex, but they're the only two right at the moment.
Yeah, both female fronted bands too. Bex from the
Yes.
UK. Yeah. Yeah. That's a
So
fucking good band. That's a very good band.
yeah, but Vilify, I mean, yeah. And for those that don't know Vilify, the three of the four members are actually also in a
The
band
Beautiful
called The
Monument.
Beautiful Monument, who are
Yes.
awesome as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's how Dan ended up finding out about Vilifies because he's a big fan of the Beautiful Monument as well. And they do make really good music. They do make
Well,
really good music.
it was funny because Vilify played a show in Melbourne last year, and the only member that I'm aware of out of Vilify that's not in the Beautiful Monument is the drummer. But
Mm.
this time the drummer couldn't be at the Melbourne show, and
Mm.
the drummer from the Beautiful Monument replaced him. And we're
Really?
just like, what do we call him? The Beautiful Vilify now?
Yeah, I mean, true. It's like at that point, it's like, which is which?
That would be hard for Vilify though, because yeah, if Beautiful Monument are touring, how do
Yeah,
you have all the members?
that is a very good point because obviously the Beautiful Monuments are, I think they're more well known, well more established. So it would obviously take precedent. But yeah, that must be difficult. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Sometimes dynamics seem not easy from the outside, but are actually quite easy.
Mm.
I guess it's all just proper scheduling, really, isn't it?
Or they could just put Vilify and the Beautiful Monument on every gig
Ah, there
they
you
play.
go. You see,
It's
double
problem
down.
solved.
That's perfect. Chef kiss.
What was the EP they put out? Not last year, the year before, Vilify, that had like Split Tongue and um oh
Honestly, I'm not too across like all of their stuff. It's Dan
yeah.
he's the Vilify head. I'm still listening to like the same CDs I was listening to like 15 years ago, man. Like I still got like Slipknot Iowa and Parkway Drive Deep Blue in my car. I'm
Oh,
one of
well,
those
two
guys.
iconic albums there,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Especially
What
Deep
no
Blue.
need to change really at the end of the day, is there?
No. I love Iowa. I still think to this day Iowa is my favourite Slipknot album. There's going to be a lot
Yeah.
of self-titled fans that are not happy with
Oh,
that
don't get me wrong,
comment.
Septolov is a banger from start to finish, but Iowa was, I think, peak.
Yeah. Well, I think yeah, with My Plague and People Equals Shit,
Yeah,
Heretic
dude.
Frequency, Heretic Anthem. Start that again.
Yeah, killer from start to finish, that entire release.
And that's how I actually, funnily enough, the two Slipknot songs that I discovered were both off movie soundtracks. Wait and Bleed, Scream 3, My Plague, Resident Evil, funnily enough.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's where I heard Wait and Bleed first as well, if
And
I can remember correctly.
I think Spiders, that was the first System song I heard that was also on Scream 3.
Mm, mm. Probably would have been the same for me too. God, that was a good era of music, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. That was a killer self-titled album by
Mm.
System, but yeah, Sugar's still probably my favourite song off self-titled,
Oh
Just.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And that Some bands have tried to cover Sugar and like, probably not the System song I would be covering.
Some bands you shouldn't really cover. You know, it's kind of like when people try to cover Led Zeppelin. You're like, maybe not.
Oh.
Just leave it. You know, just let it be, dude.
And maybe if you're gonna try and cover a Led Zeppelin song, maybe go for something a little less popular, so not Whole Lot of
Yeah,
Love or
yeah.
Stairway.
Stairway. Yeah, exactly,
Go
exactly.
Immigrant Song of Black Dog or something. Just
Yeah. Absolutely. Which is also a banger of a track.
mm. But I actually, funnily enough, not that I'm a huge AFL or sports fan, but I was actually watching a footy one night, and Led Zeppelin was actually one of the songs being played in the
God,
ad breaks.
God, the amount of money they would have paid to have that in the ad break. Ridiculous.
Well,
Crazy.
it's like up there, Kazali. I mean, how many?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But
cool, though.
it is, yeah. What has the response been like for Ode?
It's been great. I mean, considering that, I mean, it has been out for nearly 6 months, but I mean, it's still in its infancy, you know. So, and we've only obviously toured it once, and before that, we'd only played the songs live, 2 or 3 times, technically at warm up gigs, really, except for obviously Paleface. But the response has been great. I mean, I feel like people are appreciating the direction that we've gone, which I feel is like a more mature step. You know, we didn't really want to be metalcore anymore, which is what I feel like we were kind of back in the day. And yeah, settled on a sound. And I mean, future uncertain, you know. I mean, I feel like who knows what the next 6 months or even this stretch of year is gonna unfold. And I mean, it all comes down to marketing as well, you know. But live, yeah, everyone seems to be digging it, which is probably the best indicator for me personally. Like I said, you know, like when people come up and give you real world feedback, like that song's sick, or you know, I read the lyrics to that and that resonated with me. Yeah, but yeah, it's been great. Can't complain, honestly.
I love the opening track too. A real
Yeah,
quick, short song,
yeah.
Nosebleed of two
Nosebleed's so good.
minutes.
Oh, it's so good. It gets me so jacked up when we play live. It's just, I love it. I love it so much.
For those that don't know, there was actually a video clip to Nosebleed as well, a live
Yeah.
video clip of one of your shows, which was really cool.
Yeah, we filmed our entire set from Paleface when we opened for them, and we cut it together. We got Brighter, who's in the band Dealer, and he does a lot of videography, and he did a killer job. But yeah, we kind of fell to the wayside a little bit. I mean, I feel like we didn't really advertise it too much, so it's probably actually a good point that you've made. I should probably look into getting a bit more out in the public because it's a good clip and it's short. You know, short's always good.
It's an interesting one about the publicity though, Wade, because like there's a lot of bands out there at the moment that I'm noticing that are doing a lot of press work for
Mm,
upcoming releases, whether it's an EP, album, single, tour, whatever it may be.
sure.
But then sometimes, like I've seen bands just drop a new single with not even a week's notice. It just has come out of the blue.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, like that's what I mean. Like once again, the way that everything is in modern times, with you know, because we're living in an age where every facet of your life you're looking towards is trying to get your attention. You know, and it's like that all costs money. So sometimes you get lucky and you don't even need to do any advertising. I mean, it's very rare, but sometimes it's like, you know, right place, right time. But yeah, marketing's a big, it's confusing because it's always changing too. You know, what's the standard for like YouTube this week is not the standard and it's completely different a week and a half later. So it's like that's a hard thing to keep up with, you know, because you constantly got to be reading about it, thinking about it, budgeting for it. because money that you put towards something that doesn't do what you would like it to do, like fruit for your labor. It's like money that doesn't go towards touring, doesn't go towards recording new music, fuel in your car to get to the gig, shit like that. So yeah, it's difficult.
Budgeting, money, there's
Yeah,
big things in music and life in general, obviously. That's
yeah,
why it's like a lot of people like, oh, I'll buy a ticket, but it's also important to buy the merch as well because that's where bands make most of their money is from merch.
absolutely. Like it's I mean, it's a known fact to me anyway because I'm a musician. But yeah, the money that you make for playing the show, that's not where bands are paying, for their expenses somewhat. It's definitely the merch, you know. But that's the game you play. It's like it's a little bit like Russian roulette playing live sometimes. Like you'll go to a show and like it'll be packed and the response will be great, but it's just like not an area or you know people that live there. It's not really like a buying merch type of area. It's just like that's another big part about being in a band. You never really know until you go to these places, you try it, and even then, sometimes you go back to the same place and it's different the second time. You know? Just like I said, like about the grind. You just got to be content with the grind, happy with the grind. Take every single win, no matter how small or big, and just hold on to it.
I do, at the very least, I go to the merch desk to
Mm.
have a look at least because I think, yeah, it's, and 9 times out of 10, I would buy one thing or sometimes multiple things.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the same. I'm the same. Even like being on tour with bands, like I bought something from each band on this run, because they were sick and they were good dudes, and as a fellow musician, I wanted to see them do. I want to see my peers do well as well. You know what I mean? Well as well.
I
But
knew
yeah,
what you meant, yeah.
yeah. Just like in my head, it was like that sounded fucking stupid. But yeah, like I bought one of I think it was Cage's last record. I was so stoked because I don't know why I was waiting to the end, but I would have been so bummed if I got it. And it's red. It's sick. But yeah, support bands. Buy merch. Do it. It means a lot.
Whether it's a hat, whether it's a stubby holder, whether
Yeah,
it's a shirt,
yeah,
hoodie, anything.
yeah. Anything, because like so touring is not cheap. It's not cheap, and it is a big gamble. That's the big thing. Like I keep saying, like driving that home, like you don't know a lot of the times when you go into these places, you're like, I don't know. Maybe we just lost a couple of grand on flights. Who knows? I don't want to say lost a couple of grand. I think more so yeah, how will you be received in these places that you've never been? Not even knowing what the venue looks like and things like that, which I personally find fun. That's why I like touring because it's kind of like, what adventure are we getting into this week? Where are we going? I Have you ever been to Port Mac? Never been to Port Mac. You ever been to the Panthers Club? Never been to the Panthers Club. Am I going to look it up online? Hell no. I'm going to wait till I get there because that's what I like to do.
I think it's a better surprise if you don't look it
I did.
up
I love it.
online.
It's so good. It's so good, especially when you get there and the response is sick, the venue's sick, everyone's awesome, and you're just like, man, what a good night. This was just killer.
And I think the seeing all the footage of all the shows on this tour with Cage Fighter and Iocast and Cultus, it just looks like every show's been so awesome. And like that Singing Bird one, like I've actually never seen a bad show at Singing Bird, and yeah, I just felt like from when the false dichotomy
Mm.
started through until Nicolas Cage Fighter, it was just every band was better than the previous one. No offense to Bit
No.
of Kind and
Yeah,
Iocast
yeah.
and that, but everyone killed it.
Yeah. And that venue was awesome. I mean, it had everything, man. It had a practice studio, it had screen printing, it had a bar, it had like they didn't have it set up, but there was like a little like trailer where they were making food, like it's stages. It was crazy. I was like, you don't need to go anywhere. Like this is like you just here. So I could see their shows doing really well. It was really cool. That place is really cool.
A lot of people though don't realize it's actually there because it is off the main street.
But
Like,
yeah, I definitely feel like it is a little bit off the beaten path, but I think once people do know about it, I don't know, it seems like one of those places where a lot of people probably know about it because of how sick it is.
now I like looking at the posters around the venue and all that, and I realized that King Parrot are actually playing
Yeah.
there next month.
Yeah, yeah. They had Gunnelax play there for Christ's sake.
Wow.
Or they haven't played yet. No, I'm pretty sure they had played there, yeah. But it's like that's the type of venue, which is like obviously bigger bands are playing there, which is sick.
Because when you think about it, like for tours, like for Melbourne tours, they might play Ballarat, they might play Geelong
Mm,
and Melbourne, but
mm.
Frankston's sort of just a bit out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not central, is
No.
it?
It's like Gippsland here. Like most
Mm.
tours outside of In Heart's Wake in March, most tours bypass Gippsland because it's just too far out of the way.
Yeah, yeah, just that little bit too much, which is
Still,
a shame. But
still trying to get my head around how Traralgon got In Heart's Wake and Amity Affliction on the same lineup in Traralgon in March. It's a pretty big get.
what manner of sorcery is this?
It's not me either. I didn't set this up. I just looked at them like, yeah, Bendigo, Ballarat,
Yeah,
Geelong,
yeah,
Frankston, Traralgon. What the hell?
yeah.
So yeah, but no, that's a huge get. Probably the biggest get since Unify finished
Yeah,
up.
that's rad. That's good. It'll be a killer night.
It will be. Now, speaking of killer nights, and I was going to this gig at Stay Gold, and now they bloody rostered me on for work because
Oh,
Virtues
bastard.
are playing with Bleeding Through.
Yeah, which is like crazy. Right? We're so stoked. We're so pumped. And actually on that note, I just want to give a shout out to Iron Jaw Bookings and my good mate Michael from I Choose Violence, he runs Iron Jaw, and he got us on that gig. Absolute legend. Legend, very grateful, much love to him. And I think it was also Syndicate Touring is running it as well. And obviously Bleeding Through. I mean, how crazy is that? And it's like an anniversary show as well, which is nuts. Like I was listening to Bleeding Through and I was like, fucking 11, dude. Oh, that's crazy. I would have never thought.
Oh, it's just annoying because I just assumed I was going to be there because normally I don't work Thursday nights. I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
bummer. Bummer.
but
It's going to be a good one.
I'm hoping I get cancelled. Not that I hope cancelling my shift at this time of year, but it's just. But I got to see Virtues, of course, this
Yeah, it was
month.
good to catch up. It was.
And
It was good to catch up.
speaking of Iron Jaw, of course, the first time I saw Virtues, Iron Jaw was involved with at the
Yeah.
Bendigo Hotel for Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I reached out to Michael, it's a couple of years ago now. It was literally just like a cold call thing, emailing just like, because around that time I was like, I need to get, I need to get Virtues out of Brisbane. We need to get out of Queensland. We need to start doing some stuff. We need to start getting some runs on the board. And he was just the loveliest dude. He just absolutely, like, immediately was like, yep, sure, I'll stick you on. And it was his show, the first show, which was in Adelaide. He was like, my band's putting our own show on. And he just like took a whim. Like we never been there, so like there's no way we would have had any pool to sell any tickets, you know. He's just been just such a legend, such a good dude. And like that Dead by Daylight, that was awesome. That was such a good festival.
Yeah,
All the stuff he does is good.
that Melbourne show was insane at the Bend. He
Yeah,
had well, funnily enough, Michael's actual band was there too. I
yeah,
Choose
yeah,
Violence, and
which is a
So,
sick band. If anyone hasn't heard I Choose Violence, you need to listen to them, man. They're dope.
that EP they dropped last year with like
Yeah,
Claymore and Death March. Just
it's hectic, eh? It is hectic.
what's in the waters in South Australia at the moment? I could say the same for South Australia as Queensland. There's
I don't know. I feel like there's just like some sort of resurgence of like, I feel like it comes in waves, you know? I feel like maybe there's a shifting of the tide in terms of like like I don't want to say like what's topical, I guess, maybe. Um, and I feel like whenever there's a shift in what's like topical, you know, things start kind of coming out the works because it's all kind of like brand new again, and like people are trying new things, and that's what I feel about it anyway.
because
Is
like
yeah.
obviously Adelaide at the moment you got Signals and Storm the Crown, Seek Misery, I Choose Violence,
Mhm.
Kin. There's just so much good music coming out of that state at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, which is rad. It's good. You know, it's good. It's about time, all these states started getting back in the swing of things.
And it's not just Melbourne and Sydney.
Yeah, I know, which has like been the case for fucking years, isn't
I
it?
just ratted out my state, by the way, but
Boom.
oh shit.
You heard it, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, Manny's gonna have me
That's
say
right.
Sam mentioned it on his interview with Wade from Virtues. We're gonna
Yeah,
start a lynch mob. I'm
that's
screwed.
right. That's where he's from.
Oh, he's from Melbourne. Oh
he's,
shit.
he's a Melbourne boy, Melbourne lad.
Oh man, he's not gonna be happy with that last comment then.
Yeah. No, he's fallen silent.
Yeah. It's a really cool shirt, actually. I like that shirt on Manny.
Yeah, the pickle never lies.
I've got to be honest, Wade. I don't think I've ever done an interview with a mannequin in the background of the.
Well, last Saturday just gone was the first time I ever played live in a band with a drummer that was a mannequin. So it's the first for both of us this week, I think.
Yep. Did Manny get some love from the fans
He
and the
got
crowd?
so much love. It was awesome. I had it like obviously we just took the top half of him because I'm not traveling. We don't need his legs, but we had him set up near the merge desk in Port Mac, and the venue was one of those venues where it was like the edge of the venue was kind of a bit dark, so you just kind of in the darkness, and he was just scaring the shit out of people all night. It was hilarious. Scared the shit out of me multiple times, and I was like, I know, I put you there. I know you're a mannequin.
Maybe people are having a few too many drinks and then
Maybe.
they're thinking, shit, am I hallucinating or is
Yeah,
that a
yeah.
mannequin behind the merch desk?
Yeah, I had a dude come up to me and he was like, wasn't fully tattooed from the head down, but he had like side of his head tattooed. He looked like a gnarly dude. And he was like, man, that fucking mannequin's been scaring the shit out of me like nine times tonight. Every time I've gone for a piss. And I'm like, yeah, he'll do that, man. He'll get you. He'll creep up on you. But
Imagine if
yeah,
it,
once we played with him, we got this big group photo. We haven't posted it yet, but we're going to, and everyone loved it, which is good because you had to make fun of the situation, which is why we brought him, because it was like, there's nothing we can do about this. Let's just take the piss a bit,
have fun with it.
Exactly, and it worked out, which is good.
So yeah, so obviously you had a fill-in drummer at Singing Bird, Evelyn,
Mm.
obviously, and then yeah, drummers are hard to replace, unfortunately.
They are, man. It's the key member. It really is. Everything else is like kind of interchangeable. It's like that old saying of like, you can be the best band in the world, but if your drummer's average, then your band's average. And like that's 100% the truth. And like our drummer hasn't like we still have our drummer Joe. He's still the drummer. It's just that he's doing some life stuff at the moment, which we're accommodating around that, and it's totally fine. And none of what happened on this run was his fault in any way, shape, or form. It was someone else who will remain, nameless because I don't want to be that guy. But we pulled through. We did what we had to do, and like, yeah, maybe we can rethink our approach next time. But having Jerbs, who was our fill-in drummer for that run, who is such a good dude and such a good drummer, It's kind of been a blessing in disguise because we know we're going to need him in the future, and we know that he's got the chops and he's a good dude. He's got all the boxes ticked. So
When Gerbs turned up, I'm like, I should know where he's actually, like, where I've seen him before, or he might just look like someone that.
apparently he's filled in for heaps of bands, heaps like Bit of Kind. He filled in for Bit of Kind, heaps. I mean, the names escape me now because obviously, like that was a couple of weeks ago, and like tour has obviously been a bit chaos. But yeah, apparently he's like one of those go-to guys
Mm,
for the Melbourne area, and I can see why because he just like he comes in, he just. I mean, honestly, I got the message that the drummer that I'd lined up for 2 months prior wasn't coming literally at 5:30 in the morning as I was sitting in the airport to get on the
oh,
plane to go to Melbourne to play the show. And Jerbs got the message at 6:20 in the morning. And he was immediately like, yep, no worries. He took the day off work and had never listened to us, never heard of us, and just started listening. And then that's, all day at Singing Bird. He was in one of the back prac rooms just practicing the whole day. So I mean, we got nothing but love and respect for that dude because he pulled us out of a bind, and obviously, yeah, big love and appreciation to Knowlesy from Obsolete because he's the one that lined it up. Because I looked at Dan in the airport and I was like, it's backing tracks. Like the MacBook's going to be the drummer for this tour. Like there's nothing we can do about that. So, but yeah, that's what you do. Just bob and wave, man. Just bob and wave, and like we weren't pissed off. I think I was probably angry for probably like an hour until like maybe the plane landed in Melbourne, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, whatever, shit happens. I don't give a fuck. Who cares?
I think that's very valid. I think also the other factor is that what you said there, like if you stayed angry and sort of let it take over, then it would. Well, I'm not saying would have affected the show, but it could have sort of thrown thing into more chaos than.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like
absolutely,
I mean
absolutely.
Tim, I know Tim well. I wouldn't say I know him very well, but he's sort of the dude that if there's an issue, he would jump onto it within
Yeah.
10 minutes.
He's like I refer to him as the fireman. He's a fireman. Like, he's always putting fires out, that dude, all the time. He's always so calm about it too, and that's why he's tour manager because he's got his shit on lock. He's just like knows people. He's just because at the end of the day, it's like there is no point losing your shit over it because it is what it is, right? And getting all worked up is just gonna like impede whatever decision that you're gonna make, which is probably just gonna make it worse. And like once again, the main overarching theme is there's nothing that can be done. At that point in the morning, we were like, okay, well, that was like over $1,200 in flights that this dude has just like wasted immediately, just gone. But we were like, can't think about any of that now. Got to just think about what our solution is in a calm manner and just get on the plane. And we were already smiling within half an hour to 40 minutes after landing in Melbourne because we were like, fuck yeah, man, we're on tour. This is sick. Like, let's just get it done. Let's just meet this random dude who we've never met before. We'll meet him at this place we've never been before, and it'll be fine. We'll work it out. And we did.
And for anyone that was there, you saw a killer show. I mean, yeah, I I loved the set. I love Virtues, and reply. I think sometimes I've seen some really great replacement drummers that are
Mm.
fill-ins at shows, and yeah, it's what they say. The show must go on, as they say.
Exactly. Like, and that's the mentality that Virtues has always had from day one, right? Which is, and I can honestly say this, that in 10 years, we have pulled out of 2 shows probably. And that was 2 consecutive shows. And it's because I was literally so ill. It was like borderline hospital visit. And
And that,
that's our track record. So like, we don't care, man. We will play. We'll play. We'll even play a set if it has to be acoustic for fuck's sake. If the power goes out, we don't give a shit. It's just like got to do it, man. because people pay for tickets, or just you just got to be professional about it and just do it. Things happen. Shit will always happen, and it always does.
That's a very good track record. 2 times in a decade.
Yeah, and I
Given
can honestly say that
how
legitimately.
many gigs you've probably been put on for.
Oh yeah, dude, it's in 10 years, like a lot of gigs.
Well, I remember when I was doing radio, and at one stage before I got 1 week I got sick, I did something like 95 radio shows in a row without
Yeah,
missing a show. And
see, and
then
you
I
know what it's
missed
like.
2 in a month. I was like, this is just unheard of.
Yeah, yeah. Like you must have been pretty unwell, and that's what I mean. Like same with us. Like we've all members in this band have played many times. Crook as a fucking dog. Like I mean, we've never been big drinkers, so we've never you know had the issue of being too hungover or too pissed or fucking any of that stuff. It's always just been like really bad flus or broken wrists, and like we've played in all states of health.
Well, yeah. And as you said, Wade, I mean, the 2 times you did pull out, like legitimate reasons. I mean, if you
Yeah,
were that
yeah,
ill that you were nearly hospitalized, then
yeah,
rightfully so, the band should have pulled out because health comes first.
yeah. And it was actually crazy too because I remember it was I think it was the second one of those gigs. It was supposed to be on the Gold Coast, and a really bad storm came through and canned the gig anyway.
Oh, so technically,
Technically, we only pulled out of one, but I mean, we did pull out of it 2 weeks beforehand, and they announced it or something like that. But yeah, then the gig got canned because the weather was just like so. Yeah, yeah,
so technically you've only pulled out of one
yeah.
then.
Technically, we've only pulled out of one, which is an even better track record, I guess.
I can think of quite a few bands that probably have pulled out of multiple, like five, six, seven.
Yeah, like there are some musicians out there that are a bit fragile. I think I'd put it where it's like, oh, I've got the sniffles, I can't come, or I don't know. I've heard of we've had dealings with replacement drummers back in the day, that wouldn't even come to studio or gigs because the thought of packing their drum kit into the car was too much. Like we've literally had that before where we're like, all right, well
Okay.
then don't bother coming at all ever. So it's all good. Yeah, it's crazy. Some people are just lazy as fuck, man.
What do they expect? I mean,
I
just
know, right?
I'm a replacement
Exactly.
drummer. Maybe I should get the band that's asked me to replace their drummer. Maybe they
Yeah,
can make help me with their drum kit. But then
yeah,
they've got all their equipment and cords and that.
yeah. It's crazy, dude. But that's life, right?
Yeah.
You come across it.
Oh, sometimes you just have to think, fucking hell, what?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like, dude, you're in the wrong industry, or like I don't think you get it, man. You haven't got it yet. Maybe one day,
yeah.
hopefully.
Well, I guess if they don't figure it out soon, no one will want them as a
Nah,
replacement
and
drummer.
that's just it, man. The musician world is a small world, and word travels far very quickly.
It certainly does. And yes, I can think of a few bands that have had that thing where they're sort of, hard to deal with, or
Mm,
things have gone wrong and they will
yeah,
remain nameless. But
yeah, which is always the best way, I feel. There's
yeah.
no point.
But that's why I try and stay out of the politics of music. People get my opinions, and I'll try to get my opinions. I'm like, this is not my place to say anything.
Yeah, and like honestly, like my personal opinion on like music politics is like once again, I'm only in competition with myself, and secondly, I'm here to have fun, and thirdly, it's not that deep, honestly. Even if music's moving to you, it's like at the end of the day, like I don't feel like what I'm doing is too deep, that deep, deep enough to get in altercations with people or have a fucking attitude or have attitudes given to me kind of crap, you know?
And like of what I've spoken to Wade and everyone in Virtues, there's no attitude, no there's an ego, but that's like
There has
any
to be, like,
band, yeah.
that's right. That's the baseline of any band. And any band that tells you that that's not the case is fucking lying. It's a lie.
But there's also like an ego and bantering and all that, but there's also the fact that if you've got an ego and you're a dickhead, pardon the
Mm.
language, I mean, yeah, there's no point being a tosser in the music
No.
industry.
And that's what I mean. Like, there's different types of ego, you know. And like I said, like I feel like our ego is that virtues is only in competition with virtues, which is okay. That gig was sick, but the next gig needs to be like we need to be better on stage next time than we were just then. Like fuck those guys, the people that we were when we were on that stage. That's how we usually look at things. We, you know, and then we just support everyone. Just support everyone because it's hard out there, man, and it's a grind. And being positive is just so much easier than being negative, and it's just you have a better time. You really do.
I've copped a bit of shit stirring and banter over the last few years of these interviews, and everyone's like, "Does it bother you?" I'm like, I know that I do cop a bit for jokes and all that, but I know at the end of the day, that band actually does appreciate what I do. It's just they're trying to stir the pot
Of
as a
course, I
joke.
mean, musicians, dude, that's where we're shit stirrers. It's like fucking, it's inherent. It's in the blood, I think.
But on Saturday night, it was funny because a mate at the gig was going like, "Oh, most people would post like 20 songs in a week they really enjoy. You post like fucking see more, see more, see more." I knew that was coming. It's-
Yeah, but it's appreciated though. That's the thing.
it's just everyone's like, "You'll see more's are like 5 fucking pages long." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, enough with that."
Ah, fuck them. You be you, Sam.
But at the end of the day, I'm just like, yeah, I cop it, but life's too serious if I take things like that
Oh, dude,
seriously.
legitimately, yeah. Like I agree. I couldn't agree more. Honestly.
Uh, but and that guy knows how to stir the pot too. Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
known
yeah.
him for
Sounds like he
quite
does.
a while, so.
Yeah, sounds like he does.
Ah, all right. Well, we've sort of heard because you've finished a tour, of course, for 2026, and there's the Bleeding Through show. What else is in store for Virtues in 2026?
We have quite a few things happening in the background. It's not really anything I can actually like comment on per se because like in, until things are confirmed, I usually don't even like think that it's a real thing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the times opportunities come, they go. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. But we're working very closely, obviously, with our new fams in Obsolete Music, and they're going the extra mile. So we got a pretty good game plan for this year. I think it's going to be our biggest year yet. I think we're going to be working harder than ever, which is always good. And we're all very excited. Very, very, very excited. I think that one of the big things that we decided on as a band coming into 2026 was we're going to take risks this year. That's the big thing because I mean, well, you know, I'm 35 this year, and we're not getting younger, so it's like let's pull the thumb out, start doing the things that you should be doing, at least giving it a go, you know, so that we can, you know, turn around one day and say we gave that a go, or you know, that succeeded, you know. So yeah, nothing but positivity, but I don't actually have anything to really comment on, which I apologize for.
Oh no, no, and I wouldn't want you to say something that it was meant to be kept under wraps or that is a maybe. No, that's
Mm.
yeah. And I'm the worst at keeping secrets, Wade. So if you told me, I'd probably.
I like the honesty though. I like the honesty.
Oh. It's like people are like, oh, can you keep it so good? Like, please do not tell me what's happening. Just maybe a month or two beforehand, if it's not been
Yeah.
announced, I'm like, I could probably keep it for say 60 to 80 days, but anything more than
That's
that,
the upper limit,
no.
eh? That's pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Oh, funny story about that actually, but not involving music so much. I appeared on the Chase Australia about 7 years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
and in the actual TNCs, it says you have to keep quiet until your episode goes to air. What happens? And
Yeah,
somehow I kept that secret for 12 months.
that's crazy.
People like keep asking me, I'm like, let's go on to the next topic of discussion.
Maybe it was because you were legally bound.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Because you were like, nah, man, the repercussions are just too dire.
Everyone's like, how the hell did you keep that secret for so long? I'm like, because I forgot, probably, what happened.
Yeah, that's probably got a lot to do with. That'll do it. That'll do it. But you should be proud anyway, regardless.
Yeah. Well, I got to the, I didn't get to the end part, but I got a fun experience in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Sick.
So, but my television days are sadly over. I don't think I want to do any more
Yeah, yeah.
game shows.
Yeah, not in it, not in it for the win anymore.
Nah, I think there was a period like I did been on Deal or No Deal once and Chase once and a few other things like in the audience and that, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
just like, yeah, nah, I think I'm past that part of my life.
Yeah, you've accomplished whatever you needed to accomplish.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's good. As long as you can get that feeling, that's all that matters.
I think the only thing I want to do, and I'm probably too old for this now at gigs, is crowd surf. But
I don't know, man. I've seen some wild individuals of all ages and genders doing like some crazy stage shit that I wouldn't do. Like
uh,
I don't mosh, I don't stage dive or anything like that type of shit.
nah, I used to mosh back when I was younger, which is a long time ago. But now, no.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta hang up those boots someday, eh?
What about that? Speaking of moshes, that 8-year-old at
I
the
know.
singing bird.
I was just thinking, what a legend, eh? What a little legend. And the shirt that he was wearing was like 10 sizes too big for him. It was sick. It was awesome.
But
Putting all the adults to shame. I was like, you go, man. You're killing it.
because I was talking, because I was seeing it, and I said to Steve, or Coach, as I refer to him
Ah,
as,
yeah, coach, what a legend.
yeah, and I go to Coach, I said, if I had that much energy at my age, I'd be a bit worried, given I'm on like 5 times the age of the kid that had all that energy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was going nuts. It was funny because when I was watching Side of Stage for Cage's set, I was like watching him go off, and he'd been going off from the first band to the end of Cage, and it was like adults that would turn around, looking at him, and going like looking at him like, Jesus Christ, kid, like, man, and every time Nick would be like, go on, fucking spin it, and then they look at him, and he would just be like, yeah, man, I let that kid put you to shame. Too
Yeah,
late. Yeah, legend.
I put everyone to shame that night. But
I think his name was Levi, maybe little Levi.
okay, I don't think
Yeah.
I even knew his name. I don't think.
No, he's because my wife takes photos for us
Oh,
for
yep.
gigs, and she took some photos of him moshing and that, and we posted one in one of the stories or something, and his dad was like, "Can you send them to me?" I'm pretty sure it was Levi, but anyway, the biggest of legends.
Yeah. That's what's good was good about Singing Bird as well. We need more all ages shows, so we get these
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
to gigs. Like I know there's a lot more to all ages shows than
Oh, there's just a lot of red tape these days. I mean, I don't know what it's like in New South Wales, but like I put one on in Queensland in Brisbane, and it was like you got to pay for security, you got to pay for insurance, you got to pay for lanyards. I mean, like wristbands. You got to pay for, if there's no toilets, there's gonna be porta potties. I don't know if I already said that, but it's just like a bunch of red tape that honestly makes the outlay not really worth it unless you know that you're getting enough people through the door to at least break even. And I thank fuck did on that specific gig, but like it showed me at the time, I was like, I don't know, it's difficult. It is. But yeah, we definitely need more because I feel like it creates more community, especially in the local scene. And yeah, you gotta give all the under 18s that place an outlet, because it is like the whole thing, like they could be off drinking, fucking smoking drugs or fucking whatever. Give them like a safe environment to I don't know, listen to tunes and like just have fun and it not be a destructive thing.
The issue here in Melbourne, Wade, is that I there's only three venues that I can think of that can host
Right.
like underage, and Singing
Yeah.
Bird is obviously one. There's one in Footscray or Hoppers Crossing, and I think
Mm.
there's another one, but I can't think where it is. Actually, Stay Gold, I'm pretty sure, can do all ages shows because they did
Yeah.
a Starve show last year that was all ages.
Well, see, like I said, I don't know what it's like in the other states, but like in Queensland, if you want to go to like a licensed venue that sells alcohol, right? But you got to pay to de-license it essentially for the night. Like you can't have under 18s in a licensed setting.
Yep.
That's where like a massive amount of cost comes for it. So I don't know what it's like in Melbourne and that, but yeah, that kind of seems like fairly familiar in terms of like there's only a couple of places, like in
Mm.
Brisbane as well, that would be able to accommodate that. But it is sad because when I was growing up, all ages shows was just like fucking like it seemed like every weekend, honestly.
Well, because you had like in Melbourne, you had the Freezer Battle of the Bands that were sort of
Mm.
underage ones, and yeah, I can remember going to heaps of those. Now there's sort of one or two a year, and it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they should bring it back. They should relax things more to be able to put them on, I think. Because I think it's good for the community
And
in a
as you
lot of ways.
said, it's better for kids to be moshing
Yeah.
and listening to music than doing drugs or drinking.
Yeah. Or
Or
just being bored out being bored. Like
mm,
they don't need to be bored. They can be moshing and having fun.
yeah, and finding your new favorite band.
Yeah. Like one of my first gigs ever was a Parkway gig when I was like fucking, God, what was I? 11 or 12 or something? 12 or 13 maybe? I don't know, like around that age. And that set me for the rest of my fucking days. It's
And then they,
reinforced, you know.
Parkway did pretty well for themselves, I would say. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking.
maybe a little bit. They didn't.
Became the biggest metal band in Australia.
Yeah, just quietly.
One of, if not the biggest metal band in the world at the moment. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't be far off. They're
no.
technically, I reckon, my generation's or our generation's Metallica is how I
Mm.
kind of see them.
And like when did I first see Parkway? I think Unify 2018, and I reckon that was the 10-year anniversary of Horizons,
Yeah, right.
which is personally my favorite Parkway album,
Yeah, Horizons is pretty fucking good.
and they
It's
just
pretty
played
good.
it back from start to finish, and they ended with Siren Song. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, that would have been sick. That would have been so sick.
because I love. Don't get me wrong, love Deep Blue, love Killing with a Smile, but I think Horizons was just that album that. Yeah, like Carry On and Siren Song, Dead
Yeah.
Man's Chest, Idols and Anchors,
All
and
the anthems, all the ones that people reference. It's all the
mm.
sing-alongs, all the top dogs.
And then they sort of went that new metal style, like with
European
Iron.
rock is how I feel about it.
Yeah, look, nothing against reverence or ire. I
Yeah,
just think,
it's just not my type of music. Is all like, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, music is subjective. Not everyone has to like everything.
and all bands go through it too. I mean,
But
Thornhill's a
they have to.
perfect example. I
Yeah,
mean, a lot of people didn't like heroin after Darkpool, but
yeah. I mean, take a look at Bring Me Horizon. And
perfect
how massive are
example.
they now? It's like you gotta like I don't know. That's it's like a weird thing. Like bands, I feel like have to kind of evolve. To what degree they evolve, you know, obviously who knows? It's always up for debate, but I do think it's like important because otherwise, you just get. I think like the only band that could do it and that did do it was like Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Slayer album one when they first started to Slayer album end is the same album. You know what I mean? It's like the same song. They just played the same song their entire set. But it's sick because Slayer's awesome. But yeah, it's hard for other bands to kind of
I,
get that
ca-
kind of legacy, I think.
I actually can't think of any other band outside of Slayer that has done it
Neither,
from album.
legitimately.
Oh no, I was gonna say Megadeth, but no, they had a bit of a change.
Yeah, they had a bit of a change. I mean, like they still kept relatively the same kind of sound, but yeah, I feel like Slayer's like the only one that I can
Mm,
think of anyway.
yeah, no, their first album and one of the big four of metal, of course. Well,
Yeah,
as were
exactly.
Anthrax and Metallica and Megadeth.
Oh, like an A.
Oh, all right, favorite song off Ode.
It's difficult. I do like all of them, and I might be a bit biased towards that, but I don't know. I think I'd have to choose. Oh, I don't know. It's hard. It's difficult. I think Nosebleed Live to play it is my favorite song because I feel like it just sets the tone for the rest of the set. But to listen to, my favorite would have to be probably This Too Shall Pass. I think.
Well,
Yeah.
but all five songs in the EP are killer.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
For me, I would say it's probably This Too Shall Pass.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Yeah, cool.
Even though it did poll lower in the countdown than the other two, but
But
I
still,
I just think there's something about This Too Shall Pass that The Wolf Remains and Blasphemer doesn't have. And I listened back to all of Virtue's discography today as I do before an interview, and I was trying to think, what is it that's different with This Too Shall Pass? And I was trying to put my thinking cap on. I'm like, what is it? And I couldn't figure it out. Maybe if I listened to it again.
I feel like maybe it's kind of more deathcore-y, I think, maybe out of the rest of them have got more kind of like we went for a catchier chorus kind of writing uh foundation, I think, is it the way that I want to put it for this release. Where I think This Too Shall Pass was kind of like we didn't really follow that route, I guess. The chorus is very kind of cattle decapitation a little bit, I guess, esque. That's the only thing that I can't kind of put my finger on. It does feel different, and I guess that's why I'm probably more drawn to it. It's a killer song to play live. It's a hard song to play live. Very hard song to play live.
It might also be the fact that I've played The Wolf Remains and Blasphemer that many times now. I'm just
Could
like, I
be.
know
It
what.
could be. Yeah, yeah. That's a very valid point. Yeah. That happens to me all the time when I listen to fucking songs. And I realize it's because I've literally had that one thing on repeat for fucking 2 weeks.
It's like Slayer. Like I love Seasons, don't get me wrong,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Who doesn't, man?
I think Raining Blood and Seasons in the Abyss, it's sort of just like I do get sick of them from time to time. It's
Yeah.
because they were the two songs that drew me to Slayer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's sort of like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, now I can see why it's annoying me a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like with like Catholic Decap when I listen to Death Atlas. It's the same thing. Or like Terrorsight, the next album.
That's why I don't listen to the radio anymore because, like, with Triple J and other radio stations, they'd play bands like they used to play Carnival all the time, and it was always
Yeah,
Roquefort, Shutter Speed, or Set Fire to
yeah.
the Hive. And just like they
They got
do
such
have,
a big discography of good songs still, and you're like, come on, dude.
yeah,
You're a radio station. You have access to all these things.
like Goliath or New Day's
Yeah,
probably too long for a radio station, but then again, I mean, they played Thamada a lot, and that's nearly 6 minutes. But
yeah. Marva's a long song. It's a good song, but it's a long song.
I can't believe that's 20 years since Thamada came out.
I know, and it was so crazy when because we played Cairns, B Social Fest and Carnival were on that bill.
Oh
And
wow!
standing side of stage and watching Carnival was probably one of the biggest highlights I've had so far. It was crazy, and that drummer is just a fucking my god, what a specimen of a human being on a kit. Hit that drum kit like he stole it, Sam. It was sick. But yeah, listening to all like watching them like perform all Themata, like well, they didn't do Themata, but they did Coat of and Fear of Sky and things like that. It's crazy. Crazy cool.
And I've got to admit, I know it's only a 3-song sample of their new album that's about to drop next month, but when I heard Drone, I was like, ooh, are we going back to the old Carnival days a bit?
I reckon they are.
Mm.
You know, because like it's gone back to that evolving thing. You know, sometimes bands have got to go back. Like I'm still one of those dudes who's hoping Parkway is going to do that. You know, Horizons and Killing with Smile 2.0 or something like. You know what I mean? Some sort of in between. And you never know. Maybe I'm hopeful.
Because really, like, and this is, I didn't think much of the last album, apart from maybe Glitch and,
Mm.
what was the other track?
And Glitch's film clip was weird.
Yeah, it was pretty messed up,
It
actually,
was
the
a
video clip.
strange film clip, and that kind of just turned me off the song in general. I was like, what is going on here and why? More importantly, why, Sam?
I was sort of thinking Glitch had a bit of Prey feel to it, but a bit heavier. And then I was like, all right, I can sort of see that it's maybe Wishing Wells meets
Yeah,
Prey.
yeah.
And then I heard the follow-up single. I'm like, yeah, this isn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No.
Nah,
Like,
completely threw its spanner in the works.
like Architects, when they released When We Were Young for the classic
Yeah,
Symptoms of a Broken Spirit, I thought, you beauty. When We Were
yeah.
Young, great song. Then
Yeah,
some ballad shit. I'm like,
yeah, I know, yeah.
why?
That's what I mean, man. Sometimes it's just like, all right, I just don't get it. Like, whatever.
But their last album, Architects, I actually didn't mind with Whiplash and Cursed Sea Red. That was
Yeah, it's all
okay.
right. I mean, like at the end of the day, it's like that band had to change, right? I mean, they couldn't do the same formula for like album, for like a fourth time. They couldn't. It's kind of like they just had to, and like they were always going to get backlash for it. But I mean, it's still like a sick band. I mean, Architects is still like almost god tier a little bit in the metalcore community, anyway.
Now, the interesting thing with Architects, the first song I heard wasn't actually an Architects song with Sam Carter. It was actually First World Problem Child by Stray from the Path that
Oh
features Sam
wow!
Carter on it.
And that's what drew you to Architects. That's
Yeah,
sick.
that also drew me to Stray from the Path
Yeah, which
because
is also a dope band.
I hadn't heard of them. And then I heard, yeah, it was First World Problem Child, then Good Night Alt Right. I'm like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What an introduction. A
And
good introduction.
yes, I do not sing the chorus to either of those songs if I'm down the street,
Nah. A lot of us don't.
especially not First World. I mean,
Yeah, you're asking for trouble.
yeah, people not so much the swearing. I think people will think you're a racist, so don't
Yeah,
want that.
exactly. Yeah, no, God, no.
All right. Well, I've only really got two more questions, Wade, because I feel like we've got through so much, and I can't believe how quickly the time's gone, as it always does.
Yeah.
So, where do you see Virtues in 5 years' time?
Um, I hope we're touring. I hope obviously the game plan for any musician really, I think, at the end of the day is to do this for a living, you know? And not so much saying like I want to make money. I just want to be able to do this as a job where yeah, just like every day is being a musician and a musician only. So I feel like that's the same kind of goal for everyone else in the band. I mean, we've still got a lot of fight in us left, and that's what I reckon. That's where I see us in 5 years. Hopefully, touring outside of Australia would be sweet.
Asia seems to be the place at the moment.
It
Asia and
does, eh? It's
Europe.
really going off over there. They're really hungry for it. I feel like they're just kind of like coming around to everything, you know? So that could be, yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of things in the background. There's a lot of potentials. This year's going to be a fun, crazy, strange year, I think.
Well, I thought 2025 was a crazy, busy, exciting year for music. I felt like 2026 is just going to go
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
level, and it
I
already
agree.
has to some degree.
Yeah, and we're only at the start, you know? It's not even Feb yet. And it's like, all right, this is setting the tone for the rest of the year. I'm down. I'm cool for that.
A lot of tours have been announced already for this
Yeah.
year as well. It's just like my bank account's
I know.
showing.
I know. It's just like Jesus Christ, man. Like, and then every time something gets announced, you're like, oh, all right, fuck. Take my bank details.
And the problem is, I know there's people out there that say, I'll just wait till the night, but a lot of these tours are selling out and selling out
Yeah,
very quickly if you don't
yeah,
get a
yeah,
ticket straight away.
yeah. And then you're just disappointed, dude, because you're like, oh, I said to myself, I should have done it there and then. I hate it when that happens. And then you miss out, and all your friends are like, man, that was sick. And you're like, fuck you. Fuck you, dude.
Or the thing that people say, oh, it's cheaper. I'll just wait till the night and buy it on the
Yeah.
door. It's like, it's never cheaper.
No, it's not. It's not. You're just gambling. That's all you're doing at that point.
And also, my theory is, and some people might have this theory, might not, is that if you've got the ticket 3 or 4 months before the gig and it sells out, you might have spent a lot of money for that day or that week, but you know at least the ticket's taken care of.
Yeah.
You're not going to miss out if it sells out.
Yeah, it's peace of mind, man. That's what I reckon. I honestly don't think, like, bar local shows, I've always bought a ticket beforehand. Like, if it's like a, international act or a big band, I always buy a ticket online because I never want to take the gamble. Because I've had mates do that where they rock up to the they rock up to the line and it's like, sorry, man, there is no door tickets.
Yeah.
Like that's it. We're at capacity. Like, and it's just like, well, fuck. Now you got to like go home, and that sucks.
And you've missed out, and you're
And you've
thinking,
missed out. Yeah,
what could have been if you'd bought a ticket
yeah,
3 or 4 months before the show?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, people will do what they do.
The only time I don't buy a ticket is if it's literally door tickets only, or you have to pay on the night.
Yeah, 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 exactly. But I mean, like you're forced at that point, aren't you? And then that point, you're like getting there as early as you possibly can.
Yes. Or if it's a free gig, then
Yeah. Or
obviously.
if it's a freaky, then obviously you're just like, I'll go whenever the fuck I want.
But the free gigs, I make sure I definitely get there early because if it's a small capacity, it's
Yeah, true. True, true. You could be setting yourself up for failure.
yes, especially if I've come from Gippsland. If it's in
Oh,
Gippsland,
yeah.
it's a free show. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's only 20 minutes down the road.
Yeah. But if you're traveling for it, you better make sure that you get yourself in the best position that you could. For
Mm.
sure.
Especially when I don't drive and rely on public transport. Yeah, it's a fucking
Yeah.
nightmare, public transport from
Oh,
time to
I hate
time.
it. It's the worst. Fucking worst. Although I will say in Queensland at the moment they're doing 50 cent buses and pretty sure it's trains too, maybe. I know it's definitely buses, which is like sick, but it's just like I'd still rather not take the bus.
No. Well, at the moment in Melbourne on weekends, or actually in Victoria, it's free on the weekends.
Wow.
That only lasts till next weekend. I was like, oh, damn it.
Oh, they stopping it, are they?
They're stopping it. They're like, oh, 2 months isn't enough for the
That
Gippsland line.
it. Just 2 months.
Yeah, it's like,
Slack.
yeah, well, Victoria's in debt, trillions of
Oh yeah,
dollars, I
yeah. Actually, I
guess.
keep forgetting about that. It's a fair point. You're lucky you got 2 months then.
Yeah. uh, and the last question is, what advice would you give to bands and artists starting out?
Um, that's a pretty big question, isn't it? I think to just be genuine, I guess. That's the thing. Don't be a cunt. No one likes cunts, man. They don't. And like, I think there's always going to be someone better. You know what I mean? So like I said, like my band always does. We're only in competition with ourselves. Just be good people. Just be a good person. Make the music that you want to make. And yeah, it just always comes down to just treating other human beings with respect, really, and not taking yourself too fucking seriously because it's not that deep. It's really not. I guess that from the band side of things, musician side of things, but on the technical side of things, get in ears, people. In ears is like just do it, right? Get yourself guitar modelers and all that. Like go digital because I'm telling you, when you get to touring time in your career or whatever, you're going to regret if you haven't made that jump. Those are the two biggest things as a touring band for me, I reckon, which has been getting us on clicks and in ears and having our gear not weigh a shitload when we're trying to fly because like man, being in a van with a full band, all your shit, your photographer, your tour manager and stuff like that, like as fun as it is, it's fucking like and then your 8 hours, you finish the gig, right? It's midnight, you've packed in the van and you're driving straight to Adelaide or something from Melbourne. And you just fucking like this the entire time. You're like, fuck this shit. So yeah, that would be it. But I mean, I know there's many other things I could probably waffle on about, but I think those are pretty important.
I think that's the best time to use the word cunt.
Yeah, thank
Like,
you.
but it
Thank
is
you.
absolutely serious, Wade. Like, if you're a
Yeah.
cunt in the scene, you'll
Yeah.
be found out.
Yeah. And it's like also at the end of the day, like when you look at these people, I do anyway, the people who are actually acting like cunts, it looks like a lonely, sad existence because they don't even realize it's just like, it just looks lonely and looks shit and pointless. It's all pointless. There's no reason to be like that. That's the thing. Some people just get so in their own head about themselves that everyone else is just NPCs, you know what I mean? It's just like that's not reality, it's not life, you know? Like take this tour that we just finished, wrapped up. Iacast, Cultus, Nicolas Cage Fighter, everyone at Obsolete, everyone involved with it, everyone was awesome. We all had the best fucking time. All we all did was laugh, support each other, make memories, bond, you know. It was and we play killer shows together. It was just like that's perfect. That's what you want. And that's how it should be all the fucking time. But like obviously, unfortunately, life is life and it's not like that all the time. You just choose your battles. But yeah, it's just so important. Because like if there had been anyone on this tour that was a cunt, it probably would have changed the dynamic of how we all felt about the tour somewhat, you know? So yeah, just be a good person. And I mean that extends past being a musician, I guess, but because I mean, people find it hard to separate themselves from playing a band, you know. oh, I play breakdowns in a band, so I must be a heavy person. It's just like, all right, man, you be you. Yeah, that's what I'd have to say, Sam.
No, very sound advice, and both good pieces of advice. And look, I didn't meet Iocast, but I can speak from experience that Nicolas Cage Fighter and Cultists are like the nicest fucking people in the
Oh,
scene.
dude, they're so fucking lovely and accommodating as well. There's like we are randoms, like to some degree. I don't know how much they know each other and stuff like that, but everyone was just extremely welcoming from the get go, you know, and the entire way through. And it was like we appreciated that a lot. Virtues did because you know sometimes people can make you feel like an outsider or something, even though you're on the same fucking tour and shit like that. So, but yeah, loveliest people. Nicolas Cage Fire, just like the most down to earth. They're seasoned as fuck too, which is like another thing. They've been in the game for 15, 16 years, something like that. They've been banned for a long time. And they've done a lot of touring. They've played with a lot of other bands, played a lot of places, yada yada yada. And they were just fucking top dudes, man. Top dudes. And now I have friends for probably the rest of my life, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and those are the memories as a band or an artist in some cases that you remember is that, you know, these friends, what different states obviously, but really they're only a message away.
Exactly. Exactly. 100%, man.
But if anyone hasn't checked out those four bands, Iocast, Virtues, Nicolas Cage Fighter, and uh, Cultists, you are missing out on a shitload of music.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like they're killer. They are killer bands. Really are. And they deserve your support.
And all did every one of them drop? I know Virtues, Nicolas Cage Fighter, and Iocast did. Trying to think when Defect by Cultist came out. Was that? I think that was early last year.
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
Yeah,
They were touring it. They were touring it up until the end, like the end of the last year, maybe sometime he was saying to me. But yeah, yeah. It's like still pretty recent, really, when you think about it.
yeah. Because of course Nicolas Cage Fighter dropped I Watched You Burn,
Mm,
Virtues dropped Ode, and Iocast dropped that EP with like Envy and
mm.
Gore Wax. I've gone blank what the EP's called because Spotify's not in front of me. Uh, well, Sam's asked Wade all the hard hitting questions. Now the tables are turned around for the last
Where
part.
where do you see yourself in 5 years, Sam?
Oh, I like that. Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? Hopefully, still doing this and enjoying it.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for, really, isn't it? The enjoyment part, especially.
Mm. I feel like I want to maybe expand in the 5 years. Like, I don't know, maybe chuck in a few different things like a guest host or take this
That could be
on.
fun.
Yeah, maybe even get some equipment and do some gig interviews with bands after
That'd
this
be
set.
very cool. Yeah, that'd be very cool, man. That sounds like a sick idea. You could take it on the road. You could even live stream some shit. That'd be pretty cool.
Uh, there's a lot of things I'm sort of got that I want to happen, but there's no like set in stone time for
Sure,
it.
sure.
Because my theory is if I'm enjoying it, if the band's enjoying jumping on,
Mm,
that that means a lot more than anything else could at the moment because
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And like I've had the best time chatting to all the interviews I've done, and yeah, I honestly would like to just continue interviewing local upcoming bands like Virtues, and if a opportunity arose for a bigger name band, then I'll take it. But
Well, I mean, like, dude, everyone appreciates everything you do, because it is, like I said, it's a grind. Every band, like, down here at the level that we're all at, knows about the grind, So everything helps. Everything always helps. So everything is always immensely appreciated, and like genuinely, like none of that is a piss take. It's like all means something because otherwise, without support of all these varying avenues, like what you're doing, or just people coming to shows, like we could waffle on for hours about it. But without all of that, then the musician itself doesn't exist. Like it doesn't. It's You can't have one without the other. So you're doing great work, man. And I mean, I'm very grateful. And I'm very grateful for you having me on. And Manny's very grateful for having, even though you took the piss out of Melbourne, and I know he's like got a
yeah,
slip
he's
up on
gonna
us
come
about it.
after me now, isn't
That's
he,
all right.
Wade?
He's not much of a talker anyway, so it's all good.
Oh, Matty might get more views than.
Yeah, he might. He got more people coming up to him than they came up to me. I tell you that.
Oh, gee.
I mean, he did do a pretty good job that night, though, I must admit. Every hit of that drum was oddly on point.
He probably freaked out half the audience as
Yeah,
well.
just doing these ones, stunned.
Oh, shit, Maddie. Oh, but like also the other factor there, you're saying how you've made friends with Nicolas Cage Fighter and Cultists and all that. I think that's the other thing I love about this the most is not just interviewing the bands or seeing the bands, but actually getting to know these people that otherwise I probably wouldn't have met.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like for me personally, like I've struggled with like mental health issues for a few years, and being in a band for me, and especially going on tour, is probably the best medicine for me ever. It honestly is. Like I've only been home for like a day or two now, and I'm just so happy about what's happened. I'm filled with uh appreciation, and I have these new people that I can talk to that are cool and that play cool music, and it's like it's that feeling's irreplaceable, I guess, for me. And it is a big part. And I feel like unless you were in a band and you have experienced that, like it's like I guess it's all kind of it's just words, but like it is serious. Like you really do make friends for life. I think because you share those moments every night with each other, and even though the time was fleeting, I mean, I still can't believe how quick tour goes. It's just like before you know, it was like Brisbane, and we were in Brisbane, and it was the end of the night, and everyone was like looking at the bar guy because he was like, "All right, time to pack up, time to leave," and we're just like, "Holy fuck, man, what happened?" Like, what? I feel like I only just got in the van to start driving for Friday, for fuck's sake. Like, yeah, it's just the people you meet are it's what makes it. And that goes for the non-musicians as well. I've met some fucking killer people. I really have. Some fucking awesome people.
Absolutely. And going to gigs, you meet all sorts of people, as you've
Yeah.
said, musicians, non-musicians. I felt
Yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah.
half the time I'm at gigs, I'm literally one of the only people that's not actually in a band. But
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that would definitely be the case. Sometimes I look around at gigs and I'm like, everyone here plays an instrument. Everyone here plays a fucking instrument. That's cool. That's all good.
like the other night, it was like someone said, "Oh, I felt like they felt like they were the only person that's not in a band." I'm like, hello." And they just
Yeah.
assumed I was in the band. I'm like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, it is kind of hard in our genre though. Because everyone kind of dresses similar and fucking acts similar, you know. Like I guess like unless like you know everyone's wearing lanyards or fucking whatever, like sometimes it's difficult. It is difficult.
Uh, but no, and the metal community is always welcoming. I've noticed.
It's because we're all the outcasts, man. That's the thing. Like, and when outcasts find other outcasts, they're like, "Take my hand, brother." You know, very
Uh,
much so.
oh well, I there is one negative, and it's always at this time of night. Is that the only thing I don't like about interviews is when it has to wrap up,
Yeah,
because this one, like all interviews I've done, have been awesome, and like I could sit here for another hour and chat,
yeah,
but I
man.
think that wouldn't be fair on Wade, obviously.
I have been known to dribble much shit for many hours, my friend. Many hours.
So have I, and and rambling on is something I do a lot of.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
half noticed.
I'm right there with you, dude. I feel bad for my band when we're on tour because they're just like, "Shut up, dude." I'm like, "Yeah, but like, you know, fucking this and that." And they're like, "Yeah, I know, but just shut up." But like, honestly, I do appreciate you having me on. I really do. And Virtues really does appreciate all the support. It does mean a lot. And yeah, thank you. Thanks a
Oh,
lot.
it's an absolute pleasure. I'll keep supporting Virtues like I do with all bands. I'll probably listen to Virtues more than before, which I don't know if that's actually possible, but I'll find a way to make it possible.
Love it.
So,
Love it.
and yeah, I hope the show goes well on Thursday week, should I say, with Bleeding Through at Stay Gold. Wish I could be there, but these things happen.
It's true. We'll have to catch up another time then.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate everything, man.
No worries at all, Wade. Well, you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night and we'll keep in touch.
We'll do. All right. See you, everyone who's watched.
See you,
Bye.
Manny. Hope you don't hate
Yeah.
me too
Uh,
much.
hey, say goodbye, you rude prick. No, all right. Whatever. He's got his strop pants on now with you. I'll let you know how it goes. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.